Tornadoes slamming a big chunk of the country. Up next, we'll talk to the storm chaser who had an up-close encounter with a twister.
Fox News alerts severe weather slamming the central part of the United States. So look at this dramatic video that we've got coming in of a tornado in Nebraska. That is just one of nearly 40 tornadoes reported across the Plains states. AccuWeather extreme meteorologist Reed Timmer surviving the close-up encounter with that twister. And he joins me now by phone. Reed, what was that like?
Well, it was certainly an intense experience, but that was right when the tornado first touched down. So the winds are relatively weak inside there, probably 75 to 85 miles an hour. The tornado did intensify off to the north. It became an EF2 tornado just to the north of the road that we were parked on. But we had our armored vehicle, the Dominator 3, in the path of that tornado. We were launching rockets into the circulation that record temperature, moisture, pressure. We also had a swarm of drones around the circulation, and it just happened to touch down quicker than we thought. And I was separated from the vehicle by about 50 feet. And suddenly, when the dirt came, I couldn't see anything, so I just pointed my back into the wind, and I knew that the debris would be relatively small. And I think most of the debris in that tornado was actually field manure from upstream, a lot of dirt as well that hit us there. So really the worst thing that we had going on were bad allergies from after the tornado. But we were certainly concerned as that storm was approaching the McCook, Nebraska area. But thankfully it missed town by about 3 miles 2 days ago on Friday.
As an extreme meteorologist, Reed, I know you do this for a living and you've done it for quite some time. When you're in the middle of it, do you ever have a second thought like, maybe I shouldn't be here? Look at the destruction left behind by these tornadoes.
No, I've never second-guessed my desire to storm chase. I've wanted to be a storm chaser since I was 5 years old. I've been doing it for about 22 years, and I feel as comfortable around those storms as another person would crossing the street. I guess I'm probably more afraid of being in the big city than being around these storms. We understand their structure, where they're moving, if they're about to produce tornadoes. So I certainly do feel comfortable around them, but I am very concerned for the dark side that the storms leave behind, and that's the damage. And as storm chasers, that's what we're trying to work hard to prevent. We've got our drone team with SRP-24 flying through the air, surveying damage after these storms move off to the northeast. They're a team of firefighters that go house to house and help in the rescue effort as needed. And we continue to drop everything if we do encounter some of that damage. And that particular tornado event there in Nebraska is it's scary to say, but it's nothing compared to what we're going to see today with this high risk in place across central western Oklahoma, back into western Texas. All the ingredients are in place for an outbreak of strong tornadoes, like something that we haven't seen in several years here in Tornado Alley, which is pretty scary to say because this area has seen a lot of prolific tornado outbreaks. So it's scary to say that we're probably going to see a lot more of that dark side that these storms leave behind through the end of today and tomorrow as well in the Southern Plains.
Really some unbelievable footage of those twisters there, Reed, and you were right in the middle of it getting that footage. So it sounds like what you're about to expect as far as this next outbreak of tornadoes, it could be even worse.
It certainly could be worse. In fact, this is one of the most substantial tornado setups I've seen in years. And I've chased these areas here for 22 years or so and beyond. All the ingredients are in place for those strong tornadoes and long track, violent supercells that drop hail larger than baseballs. And the Oklahoma City metro area is included in that high risk. So it looks like there'll be round after round of supercells developing off that dry line in the eastern Texas panhandle. The first round will probably develop around noon to 2 p.m. and move into western Oklahoma into a strongly sheared environment with all hazards possible, including those strong tornadoes.
Well, I know part of your job, Reed,
will develop in the southern Texas panhandle, so it's a scary day today for sure.
And part of your job is warning people about what is coming, so we thank you for that. Please be safe.
Certainly.
Thank you, Reed.
And everybody in this first area, stay safe as well.
Thank you.